Welcome to the boardroom live on 102.1 FM WCRM every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Join Nana Kwabena Ajimai, aka DJ AGYENGO from Sky FM, as he brings you the latest insights and expert advice on business, finance, and entrepreneurship. From market trends to innovative ideas, the boardroom is the perfect place to start your weekend. Get the latest news on political, economic, and social issues from Ghana, Africa, the USA, and across the globe. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready to elevate your game. The boardroom, Saturday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 102.1 FM WCRM, Columbus, Ohio, USA. Don't miss it. Yes, do not miss it. Listen to the boardroom live on 102.1 FM WCRM, Columbus, Ohio. This and every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with Nana Kwabena Ajimai, aka DJ AGYENGO, to discuss more on the newspaper review, politics, economic, and social issues from Ghana, Africa, the USA, and across the globe. So get your seats and sit down, relax, and get more information about the world. Do not miss this episode. Yes, do not miss it.
Hello, Columbus. Saturday morning just got a whole lot smarter. Welcome to the boardroom, live on 102.1 FM WCRM every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Join Nana Kwabena Ajimai, aka DJ AGYENGO from Sky FM, as he brings to you the latest insight and expert advice on business, finance, and entrepreneurship. From market trend to innovative ideas, the boardroom is the perfect place to start your weekend. Get the latest news on political, economic, and social trend from Ghana, Africa, the USA, and across the globe. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready to elevate your game. The boardroom, Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 102.1 FM WCRM, Columbus, Ohio, USA. The boardroom, Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 102.1 FM.
71 office holders from getting whatever is entitled to them. When President Mahama said when he becomes president, is President Mahama president today? So what is your business talking about the fact that you will not pay? You will not pay what, Mr. Speaker? It's a simple thing. Why is he telling us to close, Mr. Speaker? I just saw our colleague, the minister responsible for environment. The bill we have gone through is left with only third reading. In fact, you were in the chair when we passed it. For some reason, when we started this debate, I just saw our colleague leave the chamber again. If you brought a bill, you don't want to do it, all of a sudden, they have decided that you are still government. Mr. Speaker, this is still the government. And you are still responsible for carrying out your responsibilities until the 7th of January. Why are you deciding that you will not work?
That our colleagues on the majority side is arguing as if they are in opposition. They are still in government. Their tenure has not ended. They have not handed over yet. They still have a duty to perform under the Constitution of Ghana. We have gone through several transitions. No president has ever avoided a critical duty like this in our nation. President Presidents have lost elections, but they perform their duties. It is the duty of President Nana Akufo-Addo to present that statement before this House. It is his duty. We approved the budget last November. The budget ends in December. The new government will be ushered in early January. So we need expenditure in advance of the budget to be able to pay salaries from January, February, March until a new budget is introduced into this House. This is the simple duty that the President must perform to the good people of Ghana. And the Finance Minister always performs this duty on behalf of the President.
The House is only able to approve of the vote and account. It's only workers who may not be paid from January 2025. Even this House meeting after December to listen to the President present his message, his last message on the State of the Nations, cannot hold. And the House was called upon to avoid this situation before the elections. Why was it not done? Why was it not done? The House was embroiled in determining who occupies the majority seats and who occupies the minority seats. Most irrelevant. With the greatest respect, most irrelevant. Mr. Speaker, if we are not able to approve of the vote and account, the summoning of Parliament to elect a Speaker, for the Speaker to now also swear in the new members of Parliament, technically cannot take place. Is that what you want as a nation?
Time is not on our side, but there are some imperatives we have to work on. The delay may compel us to sit some days very late hours. My worry is whether we'll have that much time to truly scrutinize the work that is before us. I think I will have to direct you to get in touch with your colleagues to be available tomorrow so that we can do some business. Please convey that message to them that we need them on the floor. If we can't get all of them, if we can't get the leader himself, at least the deputy should be here, the chief whip should be here, so that we can do some business. Because your colleagues here cannot usurp your authority unless so directed.
People who can afford to pay fees for the education of their wards should send them to fee-paying private schools. Public schools, that is schools funded by the taxpayer, should be free to all who would otherwise be unable to pay for their education. That is why the numbers of pupils who have access to secondary education has doubled since the introduction of the free senior high school policy, and that over 5.7 million persons have benefited from the policy since its inception. The full impact of this dramatic development will be felt in due course and will far outweigh the small number of privileged parents who can afford to pay for the education of their wards.
Omanfo kwabre ene manso yenim se kwabrefo wo de hwe voting pattern omoto abadodo pa de manana obese men kanche yes obese men kanche president so omakwan no se president anya ma wo mo a na se be yo mo ya pa na 2024 on back to Abanetia NPP.
No problem, no problem.
You do it.
I'm saying people make those kind of threats. Me, they don't frighten me.
Okay.
Somebody votes for you, somebody supports you. It's because they want you to do things for them. So I understand that. There's no need for people to go to Manya, say. And I don't want to answer. Of course, I'm here. And about to decide it's over to my NDC. I want to answer. I don't know me myself. Will be a song.
Stop Galasena! Stop Galasena! Free the citizens! Free the citizens! Stop Galasena! Stop Galasena! Free the citizens! Free the citizens! Stop Galasena! Stop Galasena! Free the citizens! Stop Galasena! Stop Galasena!
MPP or NDC, especially MPP, not MPP party. Look, if our friends, if our brothers and sisters were burning down MPP flags, they were tearing MPP posters and NDC posters, is that what you term as destroying state property? Is MPP in Ghana or Ghana is in MPP? Who was burning Ghana flag at that day? Who was burning Ghana flag at that time? Is it not right for us to demonstrate? Didn't we go to the court to seek permission to demonstrate? So did the police have any right to attempt to tow our car away? That was rather illegal. And Oliver removed the key and threw it back to them. He said he's never seen some before. Hey, Ghana and Yamudia, you should know that Ghana, 170, 80 now more on a year. Government
can never stop Galamsey in this Ghana at all. I have a gold, I have plenty money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off, you see. It is my own bonafide property. Nobody can stop me to stop cutting my own cocoa tree. Are you planting for me? Planting for you food and job. Am I involved?
The ministers in Pennyphobia in Swaba. And it's true. That's until Wownim. Ghana and Mraya, the attitude of my HSA. Ghana Nibia before Kuna Kessianoa, which we found in Premier no. Now, Ubreswa, as he said, Poby, no Babesha name. If you don't make Yakwa and Tun and Fun me, no. If you don't follow Bacope. I don't know, that's what you want, yeah. Pretty. Now, Yaku Point Sami. I'm a quiet effort, you know. Lebrano, feel what you know. A banner year. MPP4, Sukono. A quaco ye, the Obabe Shema name. Me, I'm a beditch. 8 years, if you're watching me, Minina Ye Juma. Our boame, a quanso bebre. Wa boame. Minister President Bia and Yatisami Minya, Onyo Bia, Waho Brassier, Jawachi, so Jawachi, Pinti, Mindanda da Bakwa, but you can say, hey, and then oh ye, there be Tembia, Kai, Utimechi. No, and MPP4. And you know, see a question. I don't hear you know. So my big name. Hey, no crack. I don't hear you. So my big breaking the eight. Now my head. American. You'll be a Juma.
If we say, you're too abandoned, you're kind. You're kind, MPP, you're not so. I just want to move some way in Kuku. And the Asha says, you're kind, NDC, you're kind, and Sada, almost said NDC and D couldn't know. Offering here, on one people who is a money, and ordinary suburb of back in Balos move hope, and also say, or they share the room, or started all real ballot. The Chinese support dinner, and your born as soon, and they give ballots maybe. As you ballot me now, I'm many millions.
I'm on Supreme Court, yes, sir. Number 12, but you have been at the bench. Yamubi, no cranium, Bian Cassadia. Some men was Supreme Court. Cassad, Ginayan, come make, no collect, come in for right. The Nancy and Kamakono. One share, one, everybody, Sassam Yawo, into Minko Capi. Number Miss and the Attorney General of Ghana. Emram and the Kwame said, Adiabi, Air Consul, na Osha Ghana for a Nijan Nima, Otimia de, Ochaso. Now, I say no. By a step upon the chair. Nakonyanum, so young people, back of the but two man and answer Bandraman. Bandraman. And you overwhelming majority no 57.56 or you be kept bathroom. As a matter of urgency, I'm appealing to the President of the Attorney General, President of the Republic, if he has any role to play. That trial should be aborted. The Attorney General should, as a matter of urgency, file a novel procedure to end that particular decision. Sir, make a way because that was what. Ma, ye did the Ghana for attempt. Ye did the Arsenal for attempt. No credit, some engineer, me who sabi. Mpaswopia at the back Ghana said down for no. You better call prosecute no. Now, so what in a quarter? Number 2 money, MP Edman over than a gago. And Koya, a man, Samra Papa, a master be Ghana for a young Juma, a Mampun to acquire. No better my blame. It's on this day. Now, my country says, Samri, you are president. You know, I love you. This matter cannot go on. Attorney General. Odame, prayer the share, not the share. Shawumum, Coco Transem, if you are near calling him as Ghana.
Lies on the political parties as well. And I hope that the parties recognize that their credibility is also on the line, especially with some people wanting to undermine the multi-party democratic system of government. It is up to the parties to demonstrate that competitive elections are an honorable, character-enhancing experience. And that at the end of the process, the loser will congratulate the winner, and the world does not come to an end because an election has been lost. There is nothing inherently dirty or corrupt about politics, and nothing about elections that should generate violence. We who are in politics, and we who are members of political parties, owe it to ourselves, the institutions we claim to belong to, and above all, we owe it to Ghana and the people of Ghana to make politics and elections the serious and joyful phenomenon they should be.
School there been see that 75% completion. Ewo Kumasi a and akura pesi osua sunitwa osua ha esi even Chinese movie kura na ebe yibi enkura be hu e friend Ghana Chinese utin say omu sua ho ade anim dia Kumasi ye ni nyina aban we be otimi ye bi da aban omu ye social democrat ehia fo nhye bia o ma implemented that free SHS ye na implement here
better and some are doing better. However, whether we are doing 1% or 2%, all the regimes, whether NDC regime or MPP regime, corruption has been extremely inimical, dysfunctional, and it has given rise to a lot of higgledy-piggledy, mango, and then abracadabra. And I think it is time We all put all these things to a stop, and as a country begin to
Mr. Speaker,
redefine.
we're committed to concluding the external debt restructuring process as soon as possible so we move past the crisis. This will enable us to complete substantially projects that have been constrained due to financial challenges. In the meantime, some of the priority projects have been transferred onto the GOG budget with the same fiscal space to ensure their completion. This will enable the Kumasi International Airport, with some 98% complete, to be completed by May. Other projects like the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, CAF, Maternity Block in Kumasi, the Takoradi Interchange, the Beche-Bilamti Interchange in Accra, the University of Environment Sustainable Development Project at Bunso in the Eastern Region, Phase 2 of the construction of roads in Tamale, and the construction of the 84-kilometer railway line between Tema and Akosombo would also be completed. Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, we're Muslim. I'll be Jimmy Sika 1 2 Mameno. And a Quran Matter, Babana Kafara, Babana Shobana, buying a Busibu of food, Madame Lamb, Bella, let me offend a brother, a bam is so, and Nimabuno. Doctor Mambri Milite, the Kamang and Milim. Alaputu, a rock on Basanama. We are Bemba, Labrosina, Ezem, Esanama, Magazona, Pudunin Dana.
In discharging their responsibility, I urge the Electoral Commission to work with the political parties to iron out whatever problems there might be. And I'm happy that the Electoral Commission, after engaging the parties, has shelved plans to change the 7th December date. Politics, after all, has been described as the art of the possible. And if that is what we are engaged in, it should not be beyond us to resolve the problems that come up and concentrate on working to build the happy and prosperous country we want. Government on its part will do what is expected of it to make sure that the reputation of Ghana is not damaged and the free will of the people is manifested at the end of the electoral process.
Sewako fano ama wababe buao amwadi MPP akonwa no bia na wo kokra kama manen kopribi on fair terms akontompo bia ni na wo baba chichire wo mo party no ya wo mo dia party no free constitution wa twere ho ma to ho se memma santini bia ma akuku damia ni monyamfo te se Adeni Monum, Dr. Prakunum, Alankasinum, Dr. Akotoa, Onone Papa ne Depati no Bayu. Achichiri Munyina Bomukala we. Say Obia, Yakofano say onye party ni kura yesesa ni ID card ya najo. Eman beye party ni. Onona oda ni party ni nyina di asenensa. Enti mu misa mo say ya wo mutu mu MPP no emudi awaye ne ewu mutu mu president Kufuor de no anasa Kufuor abidi ya oyi na.
Lessons must be learned from the experience of these last almost 8 years. A vote for the MPP will be an expression of satisfaction with the impunity of the last 8 years. A vote for the MPP is a vote for a third term for Nana Akufo-Addo. A vote for the MPP in this election is a vote to escape accountability. It is a vote to allow officials who have stolen and raped this country's resources to escape accountability, their flag bearer and his running mate, who have been prominent actors in this horror movie Ghanaians have watched these last almost 8 years. These people cannot be the ones to exact accountability from the government of which they have been an integral part. We are at a critical juncture in our democratic history. Choices we make in elections come with consequences. We cannot afford to fail this time. A restive youthful population do not have the luxury of trying a driver's mate who has learnt his driving skills from the same driver who crashed the Ghanaian vehicle of state. Our nation needs a reset. Our democracy needs a reset. Our economy needs a reset. Our governance needs a reset. And our attitudes need a reset. We need a government that will galvanize the efforts of all Ghanaians. We need a government that will allow all businesses to thrive, whether owned by domestic investors or foreign investors, no matter their ethnic, religious, or partisan colors of its owner. We need to make a change that will usher in a government that is responsible and accountable. We need to open up this country for business again. We need a leadership that will crack the ship when its own appointees go down the wrong track. We need a responsive government that will respect the rights and freedoms of our citizens, including journalists, and address the ongoing decay of state institutions and fight corruption by deploying the Operation Recover All the Loot principle, and that is ORAL.
Constitution, about 95%, you don't need to change it, but the enforcement is the challenge. You see, ufu is a constitution, but yani yesuban any a culture, suban bia ya tumu near the ban constitution about 95%, you don't need to change it, but the enforcement is the challenge. You see, ufu is a constitution, but yani yesuban any a culture, suban bia ya tumu near the ban ebini say so we adwuma ana we wedia okwa no akofa sofo aba no obepacho okwa no akofo hinaba no obepacho so any politician bia no afre no threat wanya will take your license from you when the asem court ho 4 years na intimi mu asem. How do you then blame the constitution? The constitution is there for us to follow. Constitution enim say we abonia sofo mepacho man. Constitution enim say we abonia or he need to do kente. Declaration
don't mean anything to us. It doesn't mean anything to us because all previous declarations have not been adhered to, and those declarations have not solved any problem. If you allow violence to be brewed, you have violence, whether you sign declaration or not. And so that is why, for more than a year ago, I started talking about the need for us to remove the building blocks for a violent elections. So at any stage, when something is happening, I call on those who in future will call us to sign declarations to speak up so that we stop this particular thing from happening. Otherwise, if you allow all those things to build up, and you say that let us go and play peace football match, let us sign declaration, let us do this with the hope that we will get a peaceful election. Peaceful election will not happen.
It's keen to ensure that all the outstanding processes in the 9 constituencies follow due process. It goes without saying that what happened during our attempt to complete the collation process in some of the 9 constituencies is unlawful. As indicated, the Commission will not uphold declarations ensuing from incomplete and unlawful processes. And these include in Sawam Aduajiri, where parties, of course, on election day besieged the collation centers and brought the collation there to a halt. As mentioned, the Commission tried to complete the collation process on Friday, the 13th of December. However, when it got to 143, the collation for 143 polling stations, there was an agreement that they should put it on hold until the following day. Sadly, that following day was not to be, and the collation was called off because we were informed by the police service that supporters of the parties were planning to besiege the police depot and to cause disruptions at the center, and we were advised to put it on hold. And so that collation is incomplete and we cannot declare an outcome. I must note that in the North Southwest and in the Ahafua North, as the collation on election day was also disrupted and no winners were, those processes were incomplete, and until they are complete, the commission will not be in the position to declare a winner. In Obuasi East, the collation center was attacked by party supporters, and the returning officer was threatened with an axe. His hands were lifted up, and he was asked to declare a winner when that was not what was reflected on the results collation form. Again, that process was not lawful, and the commission would not uphold it. In the Okaigwe Central, I did mention that 110 polling stations results were used to declare a winner instead of 141. The commission would not uphold that process. In the Ablekuma North constituency, 219 polling station results were used to declare a winner instead of 281 polling station results. The commission would not uphold that declaration. In Tema Central, the DEO again was threatened, and he was forced to declare results using 146 polling stations instead of 148. The commission would not uphold that declaration. In Bono East, the officer was physically assaulted. In Bono East, in Techiman South, in the Bono East region, the officer, the returning officer, and other staff were physically assaulted and forced to redeclare the results at gunpoint. The commission, it's important to note that the collation process had not been completed. There also, the commission would not uphold those processes. In Domi Kwabenya, there's some contention with 3 polling station results, and the commission is carrying out its own investigation with the 3 polling station results. I believe 367 of those results have been duly declared as legitimate. There are 3 results that are outstanding, and the commission is carrying out its own investigations to allow it, to enable it to take a decision. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a nutshell of the issues outstanding in the 9 constituencies. Upholding such unlawful collations and declarations will set a bad precedent for our country and set us back to the dark days. I don't believe that as a country, this is where we should want to go. What it implies is that anyone who has force or might can take over a collation process and declare himself or herself as a member of parliament or a president. As a country, we should not go down that slippery slope.
In 2005, Ghana, in 2009, the 12 baby of parliament, member of parliament for Mencia. 2012, Ebra, the chair Mencia, who the room Mencia North, Mencia South. About the year, President for Mencia of 2012, I'm in 2016, so about it will be about some hard 3 years. I bring the director of election, my party. I go Pandaroma, Ghana Pandaroma. I go and pay another time to what say,
Ladies and gentlemen of the press,
We have called you here this afternoon to put across to you certain happenings that led to the adjournment of the House to the 2nd of January 2025. As you may be well aware, since Parliament resumed, the NDC minority has done all it can to frustrate government business. In Parliament, the procedure when a matter is introduced is to lay the paper, a referral made to a committee, and when the committee is done with its report, same is presented, debated, and a decision taken. The strategy of the NDC has been that in spite of all these procedures, they will not allow any paper to even be laid. Neither will they allow a report of a committee to even be tabled, debated, and all that. We've had Supreme Court nominees whose vetting Parliament has concluded, and we are to table that report for motion to be taken on. They say they won't even allow the all-important free SHS bill. They again say they won't allow that to also be laid, let alone for the committee to take it for the bill to be considered. The Environmental Protection Bill, we all know how they frustrated it, as well as the $250 million facility from the World Bank to support the financial sector. We've also had the 1D1F, where they themselves brought proposals to us, and government side accepted those proposals, which proposals led to the raw materials components being taken out, resulting in huge savings, and as a result, the committee completed its work. Again, the NDC lawless minority will not allow the report to be taken. Yesterday, they threatened chaos should we lay any of the reports. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, whom we've all relied on to protect us, could not assure government, the majority, could not assure majority of controlling the NDC lawlessness. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker himself directed that the NDC minority cannot obstruct government business on the floor. Neither could their leadership obstruct government business of the House, on the House. Today, we've had several engagements with them. And for us, all they want to do is to bring chaos to the House. Mr. Speaker, therefore, concluded that he would want to adjourn the House. We were opposed to this adjournment, but he is the Speaker. Now there are one major outstanding matter: the expenditure in advance of appropriation. In other words, the expenditure in account. To break it down, because the budget for 2024 ends on 31st December, there is a need for us to approve some expenditure on account until the new government comes out with its budget. We want to tell the people of Ghana that we as Democrats are ever ready to proceed to do this expenditure on account. There is no way we will ambush our own fortunes as a nation. It is rather the lawless NDC minority who have done all they can to obstruct government business. And they do not even care about the effect of our inability to undertake this constitutional obligation. We want to take this medium to assure the nation that should Mr. Speaker reconvene Parliament anytime soon before 31st of December 2024, we as majority led by the Finance Minister will proceed to do this expenditure on account to enable Ghanaian public servants to benefit from this expenditure. Again, if Mr. Speaker should convene Parliament on the 2nd, we will come as a responsible party to do this all-important business. Thank you very much indeed.
The national chairman, etc.
I'm aware that last week's bipartisan passage by Parliament of the Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill on a private member's motion has raised considerable anxieties in certain quarters of the diplomatic community and among some friends of Ghana that she may be turning her back on her hitherto enviable, long-standing record in human rights observance and attachment to the rule of law. I want to assure you that no such backsliding will be contemplated or occasioned. I think it will serve little purpose to go at this stage into the details of the origin of this proposed law, which has yet to reach my desk. But suffice it to say that I have learned that today a challenge has been mounted in the Supreme Court by a concerned citizen to the constitutionality of the proposed legislation. In the circumstances, it will be as well for all of us to hold our hands and await the decision of the court before any action is taken. The operation of the institutions of the Ghanaian state will determine the future trajectory of the rule of law and human rights compliance in our country.
Above, ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor as the returning officer of the 2024 presidential election to declare His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the winner of the 2024 presidential election and the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana with a total percentage of 56.55%. Congratulations, sir. It is finished. Thank you very much.
I
Prevent Article 71 office holders from getting whatever is entitled to them. When President Mahama said when he becomes president, is President Mahama president today? So what is your business talking about the fact that you will not pay? You will not pay what? Mr. Speaker, it's a simple thing. Why is it telling us to close? Mr. Speaker, I just saw our colleague, the minister responsible for environment. The bill we have gone through, it left with only 30 days. In fact, you were in the chair when we passed it. For some reason, when we started this debate, I just saw our colleague leave the chamber again. If you brought a bill, you don't want to do it, all of a sudden, they have decided that you are state government. Mr. Speaker, this is still the government. And you are still responsible for carrying out your responsibilities until the 7th of January. Why are you deciding that you will not work? That our colleagues on the majority side is arguing as if they are still in government. Their tenure has not ended. They have not handed over yet. They still have a duty to perform under the Constitution of Ghana. We have gone through several transitions. No president has ever avoided a critical duty like this in our nation. Presidents have lost elections, but they perform their duties. It is the duty of President Nana Akufo-Addo to present that statement before the House. It is his duty. We approved the budget last November. The budget ends in December. The new government will be ushered in early January. So we need expenditure in advance of the budget to be able to pay salaries from January, February, March until a new budget is introduced into this house. This is the simple duty that the president must perform to the good people of Ghana. And the finance minister always performs this duty on behalf of the president. The House is only able to approve of the voting account. It's not only workers who may not be paid from January 2025. Even this House meeting after December to listen to the president present his message, his last message on the State of the Nation, cannot hold. And the House was called upon to avoid this situation before the election. Why was it not done? Why was it not done? The House was embroiled in determining who occupies the majority seats and who occupies the minority seats. Most irrelevant. With the greatest respect, most irrelevant. Mr. Speaker, if we are not able to approve of the vote on account, the summoning of Parliament to elect a speaker, for the speaker to now also swear in the new members of Parliament, technically cannot take place. Is that what you want as a nation?
Time is not on our side, but there are some imperatives we have to.
102.1 FM, WCRM, Sky FM. Greetings reaching out to each and every one of you doing the listening, and those of you watching me live on Facebook, those of you watching me live on YouTube. You are welcome to the world of entertainment, the world of education, information, and motivation. We truly believe in serving the general public across the globe. This is your show, my show, and together it becomes our show. Boardroom is the name of the show. Transmitting live from the studios of Sky 102.1 WCRM from Columbus, Ohio, United States of America. Precisely 5454 Cleveland Avenue. And the zip code is 43231. God has made it possible for us to be here. I'll be here since 7:30. The show starts at 7 o'clock. But due to some circumstances beyond our control, we couldn't start the show on time. We're all the same. We will not disappoint our listeners. We will never disappoint our viewers. We shall walk through the shadows of valley of death, and we shall fear no evil. I will not quote this scripture from the middle. Let me start from the beginning. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall never wander. He makes me lie down beside still waters. He restores or refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I walk through the shadows of death, I shall fear no evil. For thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. He prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and AGYENGO and his team shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Boardroom so. So. Maybe I will be okay, I'm going to go until any and show until Washimo, or Mount Conkain. I want yes, this one to be yes, sir, and quack. Yes, sir, quatinting, I'm body a woman, and a fruit you upon your hall. Now you saw the bedroom, yes, so I'm an apple so. And then, I told the first day in the month of December 2024, I feel that very young, no. And then a last show, last day. I will after 2024, no. I did a boardroom, Eddie bro. You could trust it. Yes, I could, and no more BMO. Then I made a drama. You read 2025 ma exclusively, no. Yes, also at the boardroom, no, Eddie Bremo. In a nice way. Package in Eddie Bremo, so. A word ye, Musu at thing. And then, oh, yes, I'm never bought for baby brave. Oh, that's it. You're bought for baby brave. I want you more. And no matter what I call, so it's my whole way call, so oh, yeah, my Ghana after the elections, you know. And look back at the political and social activities of interest in Ghana and the US. And a boardroom, you have a board rap. And your government handed over. So far, Operation Aura. What is what Operation Aura? Operation Aura, what? What's that? I mean, how much you at Operation Aura? Operation Aura, that's it. A operation on very cover. A state, a properties, that's a state loot. The tax that awaits the Mahama government in the next 4 years, it is achievable. Where anything be a crabby able boy remo, then someone would be able to boy, and then all other matters on boardroom. Nobody else will be careful of you know. Nobody else say, so hey, YouTuber, oh hey, Facebook, nobody else will be called some other down. Yeah, we need my DVD and in an aqua now, Ajigo have it me after me. Me and an aqua. You what boy me atnasia branch as you see brain. Motacho e video ha. Honorable pool as of video ha. Honorable point video come what e mo mu. There be a point video come. And I pay when you me fe. E point video come be sewa. Aha. You know na boso atare share ni na the same designer. The same designer. But yes, the color is different. And the color is different. Yeah, quality now say pepe. The quality now pepe. Ah. Every other now we head for my video 7 desire. All right, I'm going to walk over. Yeah. You have a call there.
My daddy's in many people.
Now, if you are going Oh, a human is slow, but normal. Also, season. The more about 2 months. Yeah, much when you know do any alert. It was all your fast now, baby, a sort of that budget now lose. And then for the Robert Peter to pay for. What is it? We do a I say, we were building a face cost. Face cost, face cost. Why do you yeah. I was say, old and say, a year gas, another gas here, 2.8. Yeah. 2.8, you know, they call a year 3. And they are 3.2. What I say, you know. And no matter what, as a budget, no West Yabet wasn't you got rabbit. I can't bet. Yeah, I can say, when you're ready to feed me, when you're ready to feed me. Oh, no. Yeah. And I'm on board there. We have a cover. What do you say? We have a cover. That's a patch. That's a for one. That's a spirit. Last you said I was here. Was here? I was going to try to crack out. I can't tell you. I know the Dika. That's maybe they're off on tour. A free talk. Yeah, very frato. Yeah. Yeah, I call you some every now call it. Yeah, rabbit. Yeah. What I was saying, what I see, a man of Pastoriano, a day. A day. Yes, a soupe. So, I remember. So, I say, for a fancy. Said, when you brow, say, shall say, let man share us a bit so that you will not disappoint our listeners. And then last day, they both ready in the year 2024. And then last day, Trassi, a Pierre Marco training 24 Trassi, yes, Senoma. The alcohol, you know, you 2 years. You also say, you can't say, you can't, you say, you can't also you from the year, a free move. And today, some look at Canada, you ever bought the 10 times to just a canning and sending album. If we are Matis Biasio or the Ma MPP Amanukono, Eddie Joe, Cassia Pa, or less you know. You become awesome, you become an awesome name. Baby, you say a year. A look back at the political and social activities of interest in Ghana and the US. Your US in Sudan. And send me also semi course of Habiano. I declare the other to me a cabby, near Chayadin, so Eddie Famo. It's a happiness on a Yadia, Mr. Wab, what I say. What do I do channel? Anyway, bring afar YouTube and I say your Facebook no comment section ho. With me Eddie afar dia my back can refer so Eddie amount. Ibabo enso Eddie a government handing over so far. Na me adama on the 7th of December and I be to baby na say anko round offer. Handing over no e so. Ibabo dey ewura no so emu kakra. Na fe so 4 years a edi enimu no Ghana for Eddie a share owura Mahama. And then a manuku and Sam. And several road to Bedinano. And I said, no Magana for who share every honor. Is it achievable? Is it going to be possible? To say the MP before, but it is possible. Is it going to be possible? It is going to be achievable. When is a whole able a dear Roman there? And no other pay. And I bet if you honorable pull now we are Chacho. Because once a soldier, always a soldier. Honorable.
That's it.
There's only a income we are about amateurs, so MPP, Google Mudiano, any NDC, almost Kumo Mudiano. Yes, analysis, and so now you're rather matters.
That's it. I think I'm T4 and the Asher4, and then the T4, the Asher4, and now social media, YouTube, and Facebook, or Moshe and Intino, Michelle, BBR, Sebi Predia, what you break. I said, break. Now, what about no TV? No pay. Yes, I know, Massey. I think so for the year, this is the last show. And the Massey say, boardroom. I think so, I'm sure not finance me pay. But I bring a chance and they be doing this time. They have been part of us. My boy, I mean, major stakeholders. Major stakeholders, more especially. I send the bundle, the credit, whatever. Bia no the babiti yensem the bia you know na enim say enim nyansa nchen etiefo no na ebi nim chen pa but ye akunya ana yenya ana ebi susu ne ya adwene no eyepe ana se bi prebiasa yesu enim esini bi
But come from yen and I Kabuma, the ma and the Mabia be a coso, na fitima or my chicken near the way, a coin. A domasipa media need as a fourth state of the realm of the affairs of a state, you know. A dear could be BM. I'm not surprised. The ways of vice president, former. Okay, he's still the vice president.
He's still the vice president, yeah.
Okay, say media never Ghana nowhere. Fair to NPP, they were not reporting the good things the party has done, and in the normal person, that means so many things. Which you and I know say media a very powerful tool, traditional media. And nowadays, social media about the can't crowd that more powerful. What I say was canino na ukwa fuma na be a radio now between na network nenye sa no na ba no obefia asema me ya kan atowi o se kan wi a ukwa YouTuber ala ko social media platform say Facebook e da hwa kopem say bi say bi predia san e wi asbe say na asenye e to e be ya adwese bi efi ho entitama o pe bia onya kwan nya sa asem ye be eti na mapi media no abeye so powerful even than first na previously no eti no say stakeholders the kind of one near adwuma say ya na ye share say na say eti asida PCA mom na ye bom aba so eti ye da obi ase afire ko na wie ye I think say next year no ye dey ma pabi su go akoma ye viewers ni ye listeners no on be hu sky ni WCRM no different crowd so many programs at but more especially boardroom hano so no dwumadie ye di begu no o mande beji ye ho pa yi me se me da yi nwa mo nyina so ase panelists no nyina e bi hia ha de be kira adwene no I know say na sometimes nye easy da ye nyina so ase boy aba so say etimi so je bre na e ba be ye say e ba be kasa akire Ghana for ne asante Ghana man ne Colombo so how you have society ni nyina na ye ho ne ma ye koso ono team so no in fact we jam me am panelists so na mo ne abom aba so na adwuma pa amode aba I think say ye ba US ha na especially in party hanwa this is a political issue am na strong ni nyina ye background I would the the system no as somebody I would media say more especially political issue they be American sometimes me kind of go di about no crap those time you come as na we into politics no e kwa bi mu ne ti AGYENGO din a ye only producer CJ Louis you know ne wa me boy back Kabel one of those guys normal produce show now in fact we always listen to you delight and the general excitement not to say the media be a case we are see a kitu ebi yeah baby shia I mean abusia ba what is a global village AGYENGO na ye pukohwe no AGYENGO na ye gibre trance na punchy politicians so come as here you na ye ne baby shia baby tu na ho and na ma we ase no yes from kono ma we ase no so no uti we ase a o adi na wa hwe ne de bia mpanyfo ga so ma o fu a o shia ma na o sane a o shia o we ase na ye kitwe bi the AGYENGO no producers I mean you are Tom Kruger a fantastic show no ma ye you see my boy afi no my team so e be kire AGYENGO di no megu akon am hihye ne very nice the most my idea pa no say a lot goes into production both material resources what do you call it human resources you know then financial resources sometimes you be say credits that you be calling people to join the program through what do you call it WhatsApp you call people to join it remote radio program now from normal joining now say credits now from nyina so ye bia this such a programmer who need major sponsor bia na only sponsor I mean canisa there's no sponsor on the program but selflessly no one program now very strong let's say oh the ma afina konewie na wetima your program na things say muhia abasobo pa no okay nyina any entire staff of Sky no so I think say we so be bomb abaso my idea na me call myself so no I think say ne ma be ho no mo a SC election mo awi me de say be fiachi ho eni abofo ba ka different platforms so me san ka be say after election there is cooperation say be interfere ahwase na ya obutu what I say ti ya ba be share wi na ya to aba na wi no ya can say ye be ko yanim na election bia obewi ni your message and your strategy na this time around you know let me say if my little experience in politics no NDC strategy did the magic for them. And this almost strategies in a year, Juma. It is a football. They were able to use their strikers and their arsenals at their disposal. I'm using the year, and I'm defense, I'm defense, so I'm defending. What I say, and then the strikers let me strike goals. Now I'm to me a deliver. And technically, tactically, so NPP never be so uncle ye Tochima. Then what happened was they have to all lose fine, but me can't say we and this almost strategy in the year, and your message. Election in message in the strategy. NPP was having very nice message, but Ghana for message now. I'm open no more and then the message and NPP for pay. Me can't say if he says NPP and me and to Abano. According to few small research about out at the moment in the apart in the CA. Because we have votes of NDC at 6 point something million, and they were able to maintain what they got last 2020 elections. And I'm crabby here, the NPP so some supporters now uncle. If there's a message now, Thomas Sumi and sink it down to them, and I say, yeah, maybe bitterness maybe you own. And also next year, production, a better animal. NPP will bounce back because we need credible opposition. Because when you force to do cast on him in the chair, and said governance, they all very good and credible positioner. I'm out to tone your my Naya Koyen. That America say majority rule, minority rights. That I say very good. And in that case, we need very credible oppositioner. I'll send people to show on your mouth. Because we are very good credible positioner. They are next in government. To bring your shadow minister for this, shadow minister for that, in case of this. Government 21 man, this is what's going to happen. Moko parliament, now we have discussions. You need finances, all kasa, you need health, all kasa, then number politics and democracy. And there are some now doubts here and say, I'm a message, and a winning sorry, I'm a strategy, the winning, I'm a message in any winning. But what were the messages? And then the expectations are now at the topic in Abba. And this message in the world saying, Kukongit and Kitty, so I say, in a way, now you're ready to Kukongit and Kitty, but Ghana for some pen Kukongit and Kitty. Until now, no, President Mahama, President elect, once again, when the Chinkwan, when you're ready, say, we'll be all ready, so be young Koko. No, we're going to provide to them. Now, if you're 24-hour economy, no, so I know, say, definitely it is going to do it. The other things and so or can't say obey a lean government, a expected lean government, What I say, I do go and hear the ABCCA for now. President Mahama, all things being equal, he has 4 years in office. But what I say, 4 years in office, government, you and I know, say government, let me picky pie, baby, let it be 1.5 years, go 2 years. Let me tell you. Irrespective of experience or one about done or something, the government be picky pa or the amount of crowd 1 year. Yeah. And politics in Susuno, time and also a year, you might have 4 years in the amount. Yeah. There's no way say 4 years we have become a 8 years. But here one school of thought to be say when you overall majority, when you sample when you in parliament,
you can massage the constitution.
We can massage the constitution. But I'm telling you, my brother, let me tell you, you're lawyers and you're constitutional lawyers, but common sense law tells you say we only to test not right today. But that if you can even touch the friend entrench clause, I just say entrencher. You need a referendum to amend it. Yeah. This amendment procedure is very cumbersome.
It's very long.
It's a long process. Lawyers will catch a cumbersome. Because a cumbersome, that means very difficult. Easy, what I say. And it's cumbersome. What makes it cumbersome is a referendum. Referendum, no. Everyone say yes or no. Yes or no. So you need 75% of the total voters. Almost 75%. And let me tell you, my brother, Ghanaians will not buy that idea. The fact say I talk about my same fear, baby, didn't say, Sabe fear, now I can't fear more into referendum, in votes in your bro, Debbie. There were so many things in the Kumu. What I say, let's just say, for instance, MPCC now have been declared back to the Mama. Almost 4 now go back to NPP. It means it is increasing the numerical strength. But Tahaka, Mesaka, you say, NPP. Opposition, they are very strong, irrespective of their number. Forget about number. Politics and opposition, parliament, ideas, battle of ideas. And it's which my number be do about 20 better base numerical strength. But with my edge floor of the house, argument, I'm telling you, a best will do in our honor. I'm telling you, say there was a time there were 2 people. They went to independence 1992. On people before boycott to parliament. 2 people. How are Yakubu? Any Achulo? One of the BBC Central was stream. They went to do independent. They were able to give them this hectic time. And at 1996, back NPP go to parliament. Chairman Samuel Hoko be am number on the course. But no more hold 4 years, 2000 NPP we need power. It will be to one or say, oh, matter 8 paper marker say, I'm telling you, I'm going to show your mom's I bounce back. And President runs across as more kind. You find the crying debate. ACE. Just my can say. Now, Hammer and the expectations of Ghanaians are very high, especially look at the number of votes we are in the economy. It's we time the 1 year film Laban be picking now. Almost some constitution, the mono after 2 years, no, 3 or so, they are some more prepared. Obabi dinner idea, and also so the issues here, the baby. It's now I'm telling you factually, no, and Yadia Mahama, and you might be an easy, Amanisa, couple of external. Shocks in the might be me about affecting. Maybe I meet me sending people back that they don't know. Say what do you call it? There's going to be COVID in Ukraine, whatever, blah blah blah. Be a effect on them. It is animal in your meeting me about it. To me, no. If expectations here high, no be an and say, idea some could be baby Ghana. My brother, young can cray and share your home. No be an ideas from could be a baby Ghana that. Because there are so many challenges to be also one more with me also you free honor. Now was set so very set to Ghana. Very, very important. Yeah. I just so say we are easy so with myself now also no any assembly. Me type of politics na me and me no more said been previous I say e be gu engu say be nyina be boy da bi. I wish him well. So with me I be aye. Na I cast of man Ghana Senate. What I say? Yeah. To me we are playing so with my na from die. Now we just need to whatever the case. A dinner would just to say the doom so the bar or the way the bar and I think so be a correction but people in the way. I don't think Ghana for we could do some bill. Yes, I'm Obano. Was Quasaji as if been paid as in Chelsea, you know, and answer me answer. I don't think so. We cast own 20 teachers allowances is to bill. Now I'm also expecting him say, he live in betting taxes no be year free home. Which may ye free say I do a company a casafa home. So enya dia ye nuisance tax. Be ni na free what nuisance tax is in you be ye free ho. Na baby or work pace can abe no man which I know say when baby we just can run no man to one thing no oba no. Obodi beba. Oba no ka say you levy. Na betting tax o enya free on Ghana for ni o twan throw I the be actually which is very bad. University students now say first year at the university with your fees no be ma very good idea. You see, or making sure say first batch of students say I know say yes can ready. I'll baby to
I don't know. Do you think it's possible? Is it possible?
But I can't. You have to do it. A man can call the joint here beer and maybe we can close some my one-time premium for health insurance. I feel buy am can say no. Okay. Credibility here very in the being here down. Let's now me say na nimu say more kind na. We, for instance, I know say no say can try. We have the audios, we have the voices, we have the tips, we have everything. The back kai no. Yes, you kai be no near there to near back kai no the ahwe so aye. And possible. If it's not possible, if feasibility studies been away or Babakai, I know say before say politician be barbon thing, but they are able to go so in the form of manifesto, in the form of promise, whatever it is. No, I remember how I wait my debate. I don't know, Intino. So not possible, or no, he should be able to do it because I can't. And that's what these civil Ghanaians.
Okay.
Yes, and I know that these are some of the things that Ghanaians are expecting from.
Not to think, sir. Those are political talk.
Political talk, no, then it will go against NDC, it will go against the party. They are one, apart from someone mean the service to Ghanaians, the other Ghana forward to me, no. The best quality of subsequently. My if you say Ghana for whom about to pa about way to HS Ghana for whom they be about to. Intino, a bass about to no. Definitely, they will punish them. Ajingo, my main cousin been true. Again, number of votes in this season. And you 2016, NPP nearly did that. The same thing. See, Mr. Figures the Kakabina but NDC got last. She showed you my bounce back. I'm at 2020. I'm a one independent candidate to determine the fate of the majority in Ghana. What I say, and then subsequently 2024, I'm waiting at the Ababe winning. And there's possibility say the same things where they be. ABC, we are waiting years. Why they be our kind out near 2 million, they be a Ghana for show. Masaka say. Abano so win they be your fanatics no your core members on my they are there. All right. Entino. Your uncophobia are descending. Your uncophobia, excuse me, I'm not saying the fanatics are also not descending. And I said core members are not descending. But uncophobia from what do you call it? Let's not forget. My charge with my camera. Floating voters. Yeah. Oh no, what's in my can floating voters no. And I made my card after this win election percentage be every more because of a number be on more. Say young conquer Jiwi, young Bubu, young Kotaki DC, young Kobuwi, yes, I'm a or one more. Was we cry the other my James here to about my mama, my your money. You cry some in Masha said broken for 4 cents and your mate. PMC Gold Boulevard, Van, call I go to call any name say, I buy and go there. No matter intercept your coachinage now. Joseph Yami, who said we are national class of a political party, only position BM, who are more cramped and swam in. Until there 2 minutes, even I would now say, or intercept, cost of good van, say, a bicycle, whatever. A chain of mobile until the
honors answer no, a weak security system. A very weak security system.
Yeah, very weak
why is an individual can just batch into baby? I did good and you Ghana, Japan, you can see it. Is it possible to do that in Obeno?
Metona you go misray I say Ghana na me rap
but as a son and as a excuse my language as a son and so class and I said that yes no matter any beer and the beer do no as a any me or no
you said
I'm not trying to I mean insult somebody and I said trying to say me do be and
you saying as it is
but I said not the also to know I'm not trying to hold brief for any political party but some no man me who video now say what is going on in Ghana now. So you Bruce Ale for say obi be individual bet ma farmer for the money hey sir titrasem na sir no mano I mean Charlie
yes enti wakwa enti obi to one was anko fe to aba mo na sapen no oju awo you kro share adwuma ase ama vote no sorti na sorti enti ma refuse fi say nipa na MP anko to about almost 2 million belonging to MPP no definitely the debate me asesa Seba omia si from equal thank you to party for your mama drew year or from restructuring your reforms. What I say, delegates is no most they will come back. One man, only bitterness. No police station executive fly 1 year a do so you go to about 1 AM and almost so and someone in they have to do it. I know say they are going to do all those things. Then they will come back. Not for no votes no call for Ababaka. Then they all want or no Baba Beche. Mario if you are by more who be near. Have been in power before. I've won election as assembly member several times, as a presiding member several times. You will need votes in there now. Percentage have been 500% in Yasema. I don't have been so in within a week or two, almost 10% is sorted. Yeah. Expectations. One man reasons or not about in your sorted. Open room for Sunday Daho. And you know, my bomber and on to. But I'm for a big platform, so I do go maybe a platform. Yeah, Boston after program feedback saying it was a very big platform, but you say I mean, what's some strategies in your man? Some are convenient tactics and communist inferior tactics in a camp, and then you politics of ideas. What I say, I use institutions because Obama, Ghana, if I'm right, I was saying straight institutions. It's security institutions, no respect of how weak they are. BBC also reporting. Some who BBC no have structures near Yuma. Now, our foul boys, I said their name, Quest Adamaria. Now, Wumbu, no, so institutional number, but police for now, mobile power, Mubu judiciary. Anyways, that is the party I Ghana for. The I mistake I control by the bed. Among let me just say, almost dead. Moving forward, you know. NDC, they do almost so soon. You know, you show maybe you do criticize it constructively. You can constructive the alternative solutions. But yes, the more you are becoming then the more be no. Idea SCCC, for instance, Babin thing say, no, you will be a demolition button. Then I'm yemi. Table down here. You now need the majority in power to approve your maybe. Say if say be a bit make your brokers a cafe general record. And I won't know how to parliament in Sata, I'm not too more. We go to now what town I can now sound when I can hear Amaka, Yafina will calling them. You're careful appropriation bill, what a budget now. Say, I'm careful, a majority no, uncompromise it. Madrid America, Madrid and America, excuse me, from Kuma from Majority no. Blood African markings and me mammy and Casa, me mammy and Bibia, Madame Patricia PJ. I'm more ship for call for no come now, I'm coaching too. You go 77 previous. I assume you come a form for the edebe, assassinate a break. Nagana for no, you beat your cabe, so be on. Say, send this phone, this is what they did, my babbing, no more, no, sissing it here. And you may add down and make glassy. All right, right. I do for now, the man will be seen the dorsey.
All right, Mr. So, Meda, I was honorable, Poo Lele, the Kupo and Shroud. I make house of the also we go to here, Sky 102.1, 102.1 FM. How about for no music as every open Yagro? WCRM, go here live, over Facebook, go here live, over YouTube. O call you tuning up on so a travel 24/7 the piano radio air boy so a wait me and you hold any some air course or so. Yeah, so far elections are a course so the idea anymore and I said the air course so Ghana if ye any a year US of a face so a year one penny Bahama 4 years at then anymore. I know my or this scene is war is it achievable or is it possible say no Saruman you wait me achieve and no grass so. And now a year in China, a boura after a year elections, no, and after elections, swelling in a because so a January a year 7th. A better so a boura NDC, a manu kuno, we near movie a year during the election, any MPP, and Joe Mudiano, the cofa a buy ye, your body of Remo, or share a year. I have 4 regional, a year 6 seater, a one, 6 seater, last a year 8th parliament, no, 9 MPP, Equita. A moon a year and 9, IDC Kutamu a year me no. They say no bar currently no MPP, Ekitam back and on a year turn on off pay, a year Sunafo North, a year Sunafo South, a Sutifi North, Sutifi a year South, Tano South, Nina no NDC, I could NDC for a year and 7 back a year turn off a year Wakope and a team every year. Tano South, Charles, I see you do over a year NDC. Yeah, Charles, I see you do. And I really Charles and I want to okay, Charles, when you boardroom in a bar, a year because you all right. I hear quite certain regions, a year 47 seats, no, a year NDC Amanu Konoso, at me, AGB, a magic seat in the Pabia, or a year Adansako from nay MPP, and there is anything for Agia could be a year Joseph Zuma ho, or call a year Adanse Asukwa. And as so NDC take over from a year MPP. Obura, baby, to say him for a year independent, so a year Santa Chimnov, say independent in the Winnie, a also for MPP 4 and some Oba a year, I say a year a Jurassic, Dumasity Hodina, a NDC Jarada, NDC maintaining Sassitino. I will just do must say. A year on performance so far, the more Eddie and Joe, the man NDC for and so it may including strategies are who are more AUC and moving forward. Mojato, Uberto as well or Eddie Amame.
Yeah, I mean, and you bet that
I'll be 2 minutes to whom we are
to once a while. Okay. Yeah, but that at you for us now. You know, try the passive first because Onima, ye intimate. And yeah, holding a yan's be a no, not do. Now, you're there for us. Say, you started you with the boardroom. I think it was somewhere August to date. Consistency. Yes.
No break. Mobility in a hosting there.
It is good, at least. You were there for us, said that it was normal comments, so they be our Omodeba. Now, you bet sure more say next year, dear. We are going to enrich this platform, no Senebea. I didn't ever be Rebecca when I had there, and I have fair. Yeah, it's almost 20. I don't want to say, it said that I don't cost it here. It said 2025 is going to be a different. I can say a different year altogether. Yeah, quite a new na. Yeah, where a name of Bibri I see our Ghana. And you answer my name, I'm saying, yeah. We have politics now, and Ghana, I'm saying, AD and he, Koba. Yeah. Now, as I say, many more, you know, your friend of the transitional period. Now, we had transitional period now. That is, it was an act that was established in 2012 Act 854, which look at administration now. Or more if you will transfer power to the new administration or elected administration. The idea emra and a shell and just say Omado Mope and now the transitional act was a name of functions be more functions name or name of be so what I said. Emma a year idea Ghana and I'm going to be a democracy in Yakuya. Yakuya ni bibia na de mraiden etoto ho yehwe ohwe mra atwam na nasa ne mani ni wo be du ba bi no ya hyehyɛ mraiden aka ho ama aye very very so what I say nti ayade a fine nti no ohwe a na before the transition act na niam bebre wo mo service no mu a every 4 years bia na ye be election bia no or say ministry and as a government agency must start prepare what we call handing over notes. It's part of the transitional period. And it's based on your finances and then the asset or the state asset. Our ministry no hold any more finances, any commitment, any balances, or some more preparing yearly more prepare to controller, send or bear final accounts to the government or to the public of Ghana. But on the transitional period, every 4 years and before August or middle of the year to election, or some will prepare for handing over those. Because we be to see, election for Nadimika, baby, no, the actors to do it earlier, I think 3 months before the election. That's the transitional period. Until we can present something to the transitional team of both sides, normal review. Now, Omaja to know so they are handing over those period. Now, include assets, the finances, any other issues. That is what is happening in Ghana now. Now, Ghana, the US, no thing, but Ghana, no, we follow politics for the past 15 to 20 years, no. But we say, transition period, no, government be over beyond tries to be painty the previous government. I said, well, you're bad. So, and that is what I don't understand. I was thinking, that Benny be just Bina, I am Joseph Yami, open to the government, no kind of black. So, I'm confused about that government was bad and this and that. And it's not happening. As I know, yen to me, and coining. So, what I say, you are never know, and you may be a chum, and maybe a Sanya man on a chum, and then yes, Sanya money they abuse. But ultimately, there was a sign money guy. And people saw you be mean, Kaze, a endis and quiet. Sana, Obia, to be about pen, watch and picking maybe just to paint the outgoing government in black. And it's not helping. As Anna, and my sample yechi, and Manipa Senya, I drink for Nasa, a Sanima. Now, you pull a leg aside, Madame Sapa, he's always experience when it comes to election. Because on our Jinabi that, of the law can, because they may be within. Nipa to abanama within shortest period now. We are never be a train nipa back, and it's very good in a normal because never be a kofubi. You know ones that na a train kofubi say part require to abama. Say ni say na momoye. It was the nipa no start telling a bad impression about your party, and at this time the nipa near be or Ghana more. And see, all fake news are people know which is fake and which is correct. Because the names there, so good issues and you're not correct. A Bank of Ghana Reservoir, they be moto. And a PMMC for only in charge of Sir Assay, you know, Assay, which is a almost sort to go to the quality and then that the assay. It's the Biana call assay or airport or no monarchs, any money in a why the Edia Call Reserve. Now the Bank of Ghana, Edibet, it took one as almost on the Akoto gold for oil in this animal and also call. Now they also call reserve no call. So they were doing what we call assay. And I watch a dark or elbow bone or phone. See, these are all the things that. And I can a lack of security. You can't do this. If it's the first time I'm in America, I see me really feel that. New Jersey, Everton. The Bank of America, we drew a baby gate to police news security. I mean, Miami,
Sabang or downtown.
Downtown, yeah. Miami, going to see Orange.
East Orange. Yeah. What's that anymore?
Masa, me am grab a card, I make up with the car, I'm now brandy. I body be a crown was ye, then I'm better amazing. It's a me girls who me yummy at the exercise. So, because you cromano, I'm not a hat and never be go by Masa. It can never happen here, but that internet is still your chrono, and that's to see. So, as a Untimin Korea says, oh, no, it can't happen. So, I know to me boom, rabang, being Koyani, Opibiana. Oh, and never be below any pull a coming any SSI or customers, and I say, and conform go to my bones and not almost no wood. But see, Otoa and you are starting losing those people, and it's true. It's true. No, they will start losing those people.
It's either you are losing or you are winning.
Yeah, yes.
Because the people have
also been yeah, until I'll say union more marine power no.
Come be winning people here, whereby. But you may call a no now my for what in but losing it back early pa say people so all we need and now what shall be and to be over can come on a bit can run your bay but to do a new can come on we make it to a baby no start complaining what I see
yeah it will be a transition period and say na easy e be they say I'll bring in the aura your papa Mahama and never do what they are to do. I mean, and the manifesto and I said, we know the I mean, me and the track as a near me do maybe support to like the Ura and also the banner. I support it 100%. Obia one for compasso afa bandi, you know, yeah, maybe 100% support for that. Yeah, and Marano and also a man who come and running in Eddie. Lean government have full support for lean government. Yeah, a idea about Manica. Because about 120 ministers, Obia use V8, Obia full, Obia maintaining. Why can't you buy saloon cars for these people? And then the V8 they can use it for trekking.
Only deputies in car.
Oh, they are high, deputies squads. You see, so until a ball manica, say V8 use fuel. Ever say a hacker V8 use for $500 and as a week. Saloon be over $200 a week. Why can't you, a man a developing nation, you even consider this? Now we've been buying V8 for ministers and their deputies to use and burning for maintenance of V8 compared to saloon car. Why difference? Madam will be a quarter range over or change a brake passer 2,000. No, back at them, Morgan. I'm saying, I met this man could change me to 200 citizens. What about to brake passer 2,000? We are crying. Oh, why will I come? So it's also my definitely developing. It was a first annual it's a link government, not the band there. I have full support for the government to do that because ministers in those are born mining car. Such as they minimizing those costs. I think that the government can save cost, and it's very good. Ora is good, but the approach is the problem.
What is the problem about approach?
Approach is say they were doing presentation on Joy FM today. To meeting too. So I say, but my main problem is there.
Budget pay.
Also, they are not going to depend on government budget. Saying yeah. And the main problem means say Adipiana or the political activists be a bit dimubiano. Now also I don't know. Ora is good. But I was thinking that they should have chosen maybe the level, the auditor general to be the lead.
You're expecting a neutral politician.
Not politician.
Clergymen.
Oh, yeah. Some people independent assess people to come on. Since they acquire political, Okuja today and look at why he's taking that into.
Rich hunting.
Thank you. As I've been paying attention on mining in almost I don't have political rich hunting on Babe. But I just have a haircut. A telephone and a telephone some fraction. Me at my age near Juma my organa and Okuja to Juma. Let's compare it. Assets and properties Okuja to all you memo. Let's ask ourselves why. It's true politics. Okuja don't tell me the drunk and say the salary no there Japadia when you're in Ghana. What do I say? Yeah. The papa and the mamma will transfer service 20-50 years. They will never achieve idea on local politics what achieve. When you are dancing. It's what true this Kululu means. So that it do by which hands here. Ways and means. Sorry. Ways and means. It do by which hands here. No one said the main idea of the aura. I support say Obia one for Kwampaso for minor there. or maybe or government be ban also there, they should take it.
Yeah.
Like a Japan deal, we all spoke about it. It was a bad deal. Since Kabia Komnenya, me Kristo need the but I did not support building the cathedral. Because the finance minister in so far of one crime.
Yeah.
You piscate bridging or say Omunye's cathedral.
Yeah.
That statement that man made, Emma me real for Ghana say, so I did say the cathedral is in who one for so sin. In sooner a buffan for so a sen of nana.
Yeah.
You see, in Christopher, I don't go there, the nana naya, but there was a set your priorities right. Because Baumia can arena ya may you show a cathedral and gone to us. Because your Baumia priorities obviously cathedral.
Yeah.
Maybe Baumia was also targeting different, and not just a cost to a sunk, that is the sunk cost you are put into the cathedral. Are you waste? So people should be called to come and answer. But political, now I say, I didn't in Arab there. I am witch hunting. We don't have any mom there to do. It's about 18 point something million. Let me get to this information right now. Sorry, Tifo. Now, estimated cost of scandal listed in US dollars is 18.441,866, about millions of cities. And all the things they have listed, National Cathedral is one, ambulance scandal, Spunky, Frontiers COVID testing, Bank of Ghana headquarters. This is a very magnificent, you can say, magnificent building, fine. I mean, that you say, wow. See, yes, I know we were Ghana better or far, effort. But I'm the one say, never be uncle, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. They should bring it out. But that building, edifice. I just say, me, that you say, with the Bank of Ghana, governor, at least they have put some people in shame. But some of them say they should come out. Palugu Dam, who started Palugu Dam? They have listed a whole lot of things that they are going to investigate just now. Items will cover and then 2 million visa processing scanner. How can you bring visa processing scanner and say more investigate? What happened in Brazil 2014? What are they talking about? Brazil 2014, you didn't play free as a Sika. Common players. If you call them, I mean, they make them. Why, I guess you won't charge you, I guess, count don't call Brazil. Anybody against call Brazil, you have any of Ramaza. And now, who any people are talking about 2 million visa processing scandal. Have they forgotten about Brazil?
And I feel it's almost like I said about if a national, the bloated of national service are more ghost names, you know.
What is all this? Something. And even people manage there, I mean, a Japan do support it. Digitalization of Ghana health sector digitalization. I don't know what about it. And they are bringing single source drip deal. You see, single sourcing. Who started single sourcing in Ghana? No sourcing. I said there's no single sourcing. Who can cancel single sourcing? Government bank. Anybody can cancel ban Ghana when you're single sourcing. It's all over. NDC or whoever, they should single sourcing. So I say, it will decide about then they should start from single sourcing for so many years. But some of the items we list that they need to investigate, but some of them are something I see it as because Omona Bano, they are not for the Christmas.
Yeah.
They are coming to do the same. That is why Ghana is not progressing. I was telling my group members. I was telling my group members, we said,
to maintain or maintain the seat.
Then they should all tell us their source of income. You see, when you are going for equity, do what? Lawyer fund, equity.
Because it comes with clean hands.
Clean hands.
Yeah.
That's why it's supposed to be. Because maybe you put that to at the age, and my year do say fine.
So you are saying there should be asset declaration.
That's it.
They should declare their asset.
No. How will you and the name when you this time? It is before say you bear point to lease such a year. You should come clean.
Yeah.
So that you should come clean. something as a auditor general can say no ba say wo this single sourcing you say the time we auditor general koto e ku fa no so koto a pickups bi one farm for procurement it came out and now you are part of ORA something as it's the other thing as any money yes also the fake certificate birth certificate I think that also came out not age and there was an issue with
for the retirement you know.
Thank you. So how can these people make trust you? Fine, government has appointed them all right. But it's in America and can say a neutral, independent people. Because I go for a doma bay, me meet me nyasem obiang. Or the time general me nyasem to on okuja to your source of income, I don't know. You cannot tell me the parliament kakaka unyam.
And the referee asifoton, I need to know Martin.
Thank you. I mean to discussion.
Of friend or so on you say on
compromise those. Yeah, me best guy.
No, could you
25,000. This all these things that are happening to you. Let's look at Miami Papa Kofi Buachi. He did well in Kumasi. Very good work. Ubi Kumasi police stations there. A developer about more facelift there. Kofi Buachi style. Yeah. But look at the unit turning to say gold, a cocaine drill beer, no need another sawum.
Adani Konkundi.
Adani Konkundi, another sawum. So integrity is at stake. Romoacha. Who is Romoacha? Ah, God. That lawyer ya wakasa the bibi owns the way political
we are radio station
it is out of your issue. It won't is out of way building ORA. How do you want people to trust them that they will do good work? And to me, the Kamasa is a independent body. Bia, it was headed by independent. Credit said the meaning can credit for you. Technical people who know how from foreign, music foreign, from auditor, those private audit firms, they will expect they are good as auditors. Now, they be you credit back on near the beer, you far a private sector, you for AGI for you. People who know how they are forming. Then you give them reporting line, give them terms of reference. That's good. Back of our women ba women question.
Oh, problem on Nipana or Pam.
No problem on me now. No problem on me now. What it them level one and how many problem on because bad. The age, you know, the date of birth.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, accountability. It does have credibility.
Yeah, were they able to prove?
Yes,
they prove it. He came out. That is why he was resigned.
Hey, credibility.
Misrepresentation. Matching on Sopanza, your date of birth.
Felony.
American embassy. Your date of birth. Almost for any impersonation. Say then maybe you more word we cannot if you want to change date of birth no address that's your problem. What they work on now to grow much
for Ghana.
Americans don't joke with date of birth because as a call office
head of the Ghana no.
What they
so let's emphasize on
Ghana. That means date of birth is very important.
Yeah.
You go Chroma, and number 2, your social your date of birth. So Oko baby now body. What is your social? No about social date of birth no general.
Yeah, I create suspicion.
Thank you. Thank you. And the Krumo, you to a bold date of birth, they can locate you.
Yeah.
Because your date of birth goes with everything. So, anything what issue with the people, it should be an independent something that people will trust them. Because the name of the bar to the answer, and for 4 hours, I say, which hand?
Okay.
Good. And the government should look at it too.
Well, you support the idea.
I support the idea.
Involved, the people
should punish them.
Who are in charge and not.
That's it. Ghana, if people are punished for wrongdoing, and can Ghana
Ghana, yeah.
But you the politics are near 7.
Yeah.
So what I say.
And politicians in the crowd of Ghana, you scratch my back. I
scratch up. You see, it
doesn't go no.
You see, at time, maybe a lot of investigations.
Yeah.
Later. Minister near the bar, you didn't buy so my head. Or don't call for your investigation, you so by this kind of man, or don't call it, she's can. Say, I'm one time source, I'm multimedia says, I mean, go be
yeah.
Or Busa, you see, he was asking them how were they, it's kind of saying, okay, sources burn, I'm managing this. You see, again, in 10 years old, managing office, source of obedience. And see, said you man, I'm a yes, happy rose and can be weird. I didn't get results out of it. So that also really good. And your friend don't think you buy any MPP man. topics no ya mama yɛhwɛ na mehu sɛ mekɔ topics no a oh MPP nneɛma ma MPP for the na try and kind so that say me MC before say okɔ obusa questions before let me ka say nkɔfo bebrebe hwe o masitnem it was part of why we lost me dey me madwe na me chiro ati from fanchem say na ɔman no mu ayɛden edu baabi tumi say nneɛma was rising e okuro no and people were talking about it na omuntie eno koso ye two I said move party no government no from the party and they neglected the party say oh yes sir na enkofu be di yawo
government no separating itself
from the party so they I said for party no ehubiem yeah oh yes sir but then enkofu no the party the buy no I said they were not having access to the government
okay
na o man kofu be there yawo and that one caused MPP.
And I said the gas already.
I didn't know. I said, look at there. You can never take NDC party from government. I said, look at there has been consistent. From the general secretary to date, he's always moving. Oh boy, want to me far more government in my Senate party. I said, oh, you're very strong when it comes to NDC. So I said, the woman Hama was selection in Bibiano. And Sidney Kete was fought doing all these things. And he was involving the party. And Hama this the Bibiano me a very strong boss. So I said, until the Musée MPP side, they neglected the party, they were managing the government, and the party people were not having access to the government. And it also created a whole lot of war in the party. Also MPP to this. Very severe loss. Two, there was election collations, so there was a lot of intimidation from the NDC. It's okay.
So why is the government in power?
Yes.
Now we tell all the security apparatus, security. You know,
people are fed up with you.
Ultimate opposition party.
Yeah, it's part of it.
It's intimidating.
Yeah,
electoral processes.
It's a low because and
how come?
Yeah, you see, that's what I can say.
Well, answer why you weak it? Why you be a booby?
As I make background be, be said. Baumia quickly accepted the background. No, it's not confirmed. This one is confirmed. Yeah, be American, yeah, it's not confirmed. The background be say Baumia accepted defeat in them. So Emma, Papa no bufui. That is what people internationally want to me what to do.
Papa,
me, I don't want to mention names here. So,
now we're so yes,
oh yes, that is that's why government bufui. So now we want to be control. It's just by the way. I just want to go into it.
Yeah,
and you know, what's the intimidation because some even electoral officers.
No. Before about me, about one time I accepted defeat. I think say he will make a consultation.
Yeah, consultation, but people don't agree.
About me as well, they know.
No, on the whole, I say. It's you know, I mean, name the just president Ebufu.
People don't agree
in person.
But also, they agree.
So I make what you say.
Oh, but yes.
Obama cannot do BBR by or not as I
normally.
He's being instructed by the party.
But yeah, and you man, I'm not man. But maybe be just about accepted defeating, say possibly no, or so how to baby. Possible mayhem,
violence,
violence, because now supporters and so the man the cancer, those who have hopes that they also be ready for courses are talk us a bit in the one if we say Alayaka
and also the integrity was in
Alayaka come I mean the man and there's a time but rich that. But another school of thought, now President Adrian say, if I run the SEC coin, they are more recovered. I believe you and I will say, since the Bio Nima Bio, and to was said,
maybe say. Now I was like a vice president or accepted defeat, also accepted presidential defeat on his own. But you know, yes, a party in
party general secretary,
party no party na Ajatum, but for members of parliament in India. Never be done, but a man has some announcement in the buy. Emma, Baby, why to my presidential candidate or more trauma parliamentarian? Baby, what to my parliamentarian or more trauma presidential candidate?
Exactly.
What I say? It's Emma, some members of parliament, but we now today. Now, what do what I say? So, you know, what's that? Yeah, it was in a year, so, Janina, would you say, you know? What's that? Yeah, I'm going to go Friday.
I didn't go. You see,
what I say? Bet, what point. That way, now I.
Yeah, so there, Kano. Adibia,
for phone to an echo. For phone to an echo.
Adibia, Casa, and say, it's here. Send the operation moon. On there, as I am, you can't say, Omomudi party nature, baby, Edincho. Oh, sending the so, and my party, Edincho. So I say, like, and Kofa MP4 near you for Nina and Sabi. O Mabamubu send a mini work until you saying accepting defeat earlier. No, I saw hard because now there was a lot of intimidation goes on. Koso pana Senankai and name okay, or sometimes of boy because Nanka a bit creating near my baby. How aggressive some of the political activists, both NDC and MPP, no more now very dangerous. Now very, very dangerous. And now I was one man and so we. But name one says security pa it me lose ye a man name because I'm saying that the money abre internet them send this phone to me and push it to say last time what they were doing. Because they say the omo pen omo sa can we sort as intimidation baby so coso and my mimi was there and also a cause a lot of defeat because some of the places we were can say almost say call around near here and MPP can take advantage of it. But because of some intimidations near issue officials baby they were afraid of their life. And you know, members are now political maybe will be the Adibia Bomber Pyramid. I think the baby did something which they were not supposed to do. Yeah. And also caused a lot of then later MPP now researching about some of these things. And there's another school of thought where people were not maybe this one for me, the Russian invasion, it can also be possible.
How?
Yeah. Because people interest also because America could be that. Emma. Near Papa Mo were complaining, me, I'm a boss, Donald Trump. Such as I said, Russia for influencing people elections. I'm saying this year and the last 4 years. I didn't say they were complaining about
last 4 years. Last 4 years,
yeah. Such as they were complaining about it. And with the meme no me who the interactions are, Mahama as it says Russia government congratulating on here, you know. What do you say? Or before election, nobody knows, but I suspect something like that. Say that system so can work because I've read a lot of things that Russian invasion and people's election has affected a lot of countries.
You think say MPP for this I want man coalition resources.
Resources no e be two mo. Time money ba on na NDC I take over. And say over 2016, 2024, 2029 MPP was able to declare within 12 midnight.
Yeah.
By this time no about 10 to 11 on na NDC I declare mo dey na. It was there. I feel they are there ban and now imagine no until I'm from down.
Yeah.
It was going that is the Russian.
So are you say I mean almost system no was hijacked and I say
nobody knows.
It's possible.
Its possibility is there because
this time are you telling me that MPP for winning the system was hacked or I mean hijacked? I know now San Abbas China say MPP for winning MPP for winning now.
What's the NDC for?
MPP for winning today. You say Russian government is backing NDC for now.
That's what I suspect. Say there was something like that because the rate and name be called so no. There can be something like that. I know na me can one.
What can say we are na me ko pull it so.
Enti o hwe sa na ma yesisi ya na chese no so betimi you can't say no so betimi akoso sa na ma no. Yeah, and I'm church
na say ade sika wo send na ho na wadu adwenya agugu nti no ma wo twe no why confused o hu de say me catch us say why say that
o de ma me fancy ya
enti no
ma me fancy ya na me ko hwe ne ma me church ya be cover so nya na me nya pull.
All right, right here for sky 102.1 yeah, it's streaming live YouTube, you stream live, Facebook. Maybe I will be on the Momodia, so watching Chevy out of the fat, so Facebook, I say YouTube handle, so now they are brave, making kind of the amount, tentem, and so my main honorable honorable. Yeah.
Good, Jingo.
Yes, sir.
Obama is not the deba. Can you deba?
Near me deba is still about a year MPP and DC in crowd, Mudi handing over because so may have on the 7th a year January.
And there's an election who are and I say be. I'll quite punch for say more fun than I'm happy. So Jingo.
Yes, sir.
I may make cacao ura no honor. In fact, government TV and this will do only I did to me a man. But I know say to me no Satan. What is some of mine no who quite pa be free maba. Offer to me shall 7 years old pay. I'm don't doubting constitutionality of the aura.
But do you accept the aura?
But I didn't go. Maybe 100% here. I like it.
Okay.
With the accountability, the idea many edge home. More special idea in idea. Now if we say nipa back with the back for a brave bar for more Quebeco baby. Let's take for instance. Could be nipa baako for a far kotikwan no reaching hon the busuya kakra. Nice cable market DC hospital could be a way to access good health care. Yet the project school beer could be a way to Makobi. Nese could you be ho, Nasa school can as a crown pony and we now contracted be 10% is sound money into no. So can I yet myself saying that. Nese see bua conta, let them lay yaguma. Ajungo and no quadie. Whoever is doing it, I support it. But sometimes no. Now, Miss Harker can say, state institutions now they're in charge of this, and our state institution be no also meet my side. What's the role of the office prosecutor, office of the special prosecutor? What's the role of the Ioko? Patriotas here. What are the roles of the CID? Those things, you know. I know say they are all there. I always say they could have used these institutions. Or worst case scenario, committee independent. Inquiry be an asset committee and I be on my side, then they give their information, their what they have gathered and everything to the state institution. Then we strengthen them, then they deliver. Patriotic American I say all this time say yes, when you're near weak institutions, obi enya credit enya sebi need ye ne bibi crampo and maomo. Now we white elephant institutions, now institutions and one more I dormant as soon as I saw cry you. Patriotic American next time I think they should use this institution. Whatever the case, they should go ahead and do the investigation. Devoid of rich hunting, devoid of brother Abraham for some. I didn't go make cans in Biachro. Politics, I was a minya Buchacho or more chronology of incidents, events in VSCC of all these members are more national. Do you want to tell me, say, they don't have friends? I'm a fast same way and can't entreat you for Sebi. I'm a far politics, say, walk up. No, when you're very careful. We have friends in opposing side. Okay? Men can be no be uncle who has them. Joseph, I'm the best friend we are as a bar. Jama won't to me. Okay. I'm telling you, won't to me a young cobra born Joseph Yamin. What I say, the annual person just a person in town for. Na can you afford Bujon Jinapolis and Jinapo? Oh, they are crying, home cry, dear, you are high cry. Nimmy upon a Gabriel. Yeah. So I end this in the bar or in this week. Many didn't come Sunday, China week didn't come. True, can you not be didn't come in your for? Yeah. Oh, the Toncha bars no reading. Or a minia. Sammy Jen Fucra and I anchor. But Miss Moha. Yeah. Kobe Bonsu, our general presidential candidate to be our NDC, the Omotamo Kobe. I was our or Pepaso is that to be a Mohammed Nobasamba. I hear possible man. My friend Abonabaso. More fun, many didn't come. Yes, as from council chief, with them, so American ambassador, my barber star Washington. Also, okay, Matilio, Tiamon Pioneer, the Hong Kong. What if he now Kobaba, Coinsem Huna, 1 hour way the bay. On Nimbiguasi. Akobia ko parliament last 3-4 days. Samotia, Akobo MPs now shading. Jelly 5 years. Say election into no quiet how since says be a red and assassin be a waba gun or peppies and according to no papa and your man as a homeless. Your fan go to Banner and I don't know what matter a version in Crow quiet sergeant. But your men no cranny. No make cases to say. So I'm quiet, you might find quiet down for some. And yes, sir, we may see a bay. Crocro de John. I think we need it to her. Omo be ya NPP here by corruption here dey by nipa am start some prosecute omo no final opuni ko see say I to force in the ko see say the last time who yan say na yi afanya markets na atutu edidi so who video no bia what I say e ko see say and we are over way do you want to tell me say look at what is going to happen at Ghanaians if politics tricks na politicians I'm an amateur politician because though abo coast and abo first division by more premier na say be our parliament and say na yake say but here abo coast no santo bu on man no experience for skills so coast no kura say no abo premier no ba konya new opportunity no nya dey ko bo premier no and what I say but them can say as amateur politician no experience ka cry nya no I'm telling you your political opponent is not your enemy. And situations like this, you know. So I'm here, a baby brow and used to be at the bima. Who can cry about any baby crow actually? I do come to know it's possible. About any baby actually. A parliament, a babaji, what do you call it? Appropriation budget not to Mudia, and this animal your way say, making sure say, a baby aguma. Yes, and Sunday Yaba. But a majority no right here. And I say, Mupe say the job appropriation do any two was President Baumiabeji resourcing in out to Mudia. And your mama soon be but the task when you say you na and I see now you're challenging young corner moving your maffa, Montimia, that's a big deal about baby deal. You are any Amia my second about parliament. And abuse sent me see. Not to know we negotiate. But what's the American say? It's made no crown America. And so what's actually now we hear politics say do and die into me proud will be BBA now or my own abinyasem. Now politicians now always going move ahead, move forward. Now more so now more rich man. Now want to tell me say NPP what power now for no opposition no more before. Ram ni be any big gig. I can't say gig and connections ni be amunye mumwana. I'm telling you, Adam Hadebi from Papanda upon the South Mission about the Gracia. My brother, this guy went to pay Gracia. So your man Jim Tuna between Gracia and
Sky for a quiet demonstration of Ghana.
What I say? That is going on.
No, you can't want some more. That's a two about
all right, Mojan, we're ready. The time no I got 20 minutes here we you know yeah mon father be any other year other we are talking be other yeah treaty so far yeah call ending of the year you know we say oka wasem if no enwura na yeah sorry ko just yeah and then last day you know we other matters in Zambia and they have from what so wankasa no hwe wa adwene mu a Ghana Ecosoa, or year into year, and as I say, we show what you found. You can just bring it out.
Yeah, can't say. Idea episode American or my last submission was about the tax ahead of President-elect Mahama. I'm saying, me hearing Kasa Yuma said this time of a sojournity, and it's a very good one. We go aba eko and never be see until this time around of so paper the negative aspect na a very positive and I go by that. Link government is good, send a very save cost. And ora normal sector is good, but the membership is my problem. But so to me a better in that is President Bia a bit put to fear in any government that comes. Now so say okay, I dare me here no so me nya yeni. It will be about very careful. At the same time, the best put to fear in one and call for no bebu mine. Because will be there what the na call ora I'm here to recover. So mutim recover me then come anybody go wait to car man here. Masa and can we as a Ghana because you know be a free baby. What you say? It is so much to recover is coming to add to our coffers. That means also bit me see the call for nano quite. Now the call for no so no baby man so say near the year more con. It also means be and as all you had the money be a say and I do be bass by the Edbe Mountain Kay, I didn't a be good, media. And I'm a cancer, so we do money sika no recover a good and they are saying they support to na AF. Or Ghana problem you won't kese pound today to me and so I know by be aba. But trust of so I
do things be about bit me sika.
And I'm so want to me dia. So as because your problem you work Ghana practice mean see to me minimize corruption and can you because
okay.
Ghana dear me dey be America with my experience as my 20 years working in some sectors in the Ghana no say you minimize corruption Ghana.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
yeah, and I use the fight corruption.
Yeah, not to be so it's Mahama time no ko senchi the ko need to ya ko sense ke ko sisi
that wise man
oh it is
something
sometimes nina has up ya kesika pa ko se wo senchi wo senchi wona e kaskas kan ko bi sit the classroom e wo makura ase mame amfa so bi amaso it is that committee no e wo se hwe ni yi ne senka de wo dada na se be hyemu den so as a man you moduma and Kababway. We are the Yamias Zomzom fi baby, which may allow them because they will drive, they will sit. So are they going to leave their work and come and sit down free of charge later in everything was their legality, no people are talking about what is the legal basis for this. After almost a year, whistleblower then they will hand it over to the incoming Attorney General to do his or his work.
Yeah.
But as a legal background, that's a no frame here. Because they legal background, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer there, but suddenly any legal background, that's a whole frame here. Do I think that I'll go? I don't know. People should educate me on that because I don't know my form. It's a legal basis. Me just say me invite me say me and I said the address and conform submit records for them to review there. That's okay. I think that is what they are trying to do. People will send them the information and they use based on information to investigate. But I don't think that they have the legal background to invite people to come and explain why they spend this money and that. That's what I have problem with. I think a commission be all legal background, then independent commission be then they can call people because it's legally. We cannot say we won't go. But when I say a committee, you know, and there will be a bit more sending the vehicle. I don't think that. I think that they should look at it. Well, they shouldn't rush into forming this.
And what I remember more, facts, evidence.
Facts,
facts and evidence.
Yeah. It you know, so many legal background.
Me. Study Ghana.
It knows legalities. No meaning. It's they can force people to come and ask them questions, investigate. I don't know what their legal background is. Yeah, you know, because such things should be backed by law. Senator, no, call people to come and answer. Then you provide those things to the Attorney General to prosecute. If that is that fine. It's immediate. Me say FD and Ghana for assume President Mahama. The time I say FD, they say they expect more, and this election proves that. Saoba. Na mandate na oman be show nsa no wa anye ni ya oman no e be san je fru nsem because say no oman mo parliament so Mahama don't have excuse there me the bill we call ya jantum no excuse because they have been giving parliament full yama presidential 57% she said enti ade bi aba no ni excuse enti afidie pa na Ghana for zum no some we afidie pa na asum no and people expect more. It is a corruption before Mosasia.
And you know, said the old can say, Bibiasa for Mosaswa. This is a Ghanaians will maintain.
NDC will become a party. People will love it back again.
Okay.
That's how I see it. And then I was there, I was starting a good note, but Nancy was starting as, oh, I'm coming to inherit bad government and bad economy. That is wrong. You have been in government before. You are not new. So I say, and you're bad and came to and confront to mount. And when you start complaining, that is where they get some people annoyed. So I say, because we have been a president before.
Yeah.
When the situation that was on. And Oba and one starting complaining, then that means you are not a leader. A leader in the addition, sir, whatever is there, move ahead, bring your strategy or whatever solutions you can, and make it happen good. But when you start complaining, then your leadership becomes questionable. Because this is not the first time. When the NPP took over from Rollins, the economy is broke. When Atamis took over, Ghana, I mean, in securing in Amanaka don't pay. When this one took over, Akufo-Addo came 2016. Obia complain. It is say when Ghana says I didn't ever find it, and yes, you have to also they are producing. I hope you are getting me. Because anytime Obia man can say I didn't ever find it, then it Ghana young go him down. I hope you are getting me. People should stop that. I'm inheriting a bad economy. I'm inheriting this. As they take advantage of it to me brabako or no na make on the chairman of my life. Until me back when you come the next one. Or see a day in the yapa and yama. And this is for San or Ghana because this is for who going to take advantage of San. Don't be against Ghana. And he's right. And that's all Ghana because Momo said, man, or Boba school down here, I said, EC office, I said, no, me discussing a cool room, which is evidence. People know the I said, no. And this will take advantage, doesn't go for Kobok or no banga. Almost Yachi almost for Yachi, bank manager, no, about radio, you can guys $5 million. Now, for WWE, offer $2 million. So I say, the bank manager, the top of our cover. And why not go for no, it's carry over 5 million. You have 2 million. So it's been a DC for me because I never be realized oh my no. Said you get this faithful DC phobia. Faithful from where? I don't know. What politician will be faithful? I don't know. It's a faithful DC be a say also because they say we to know. Sikawi and I'm the it's something they should let us avoid some of this. But I know that Mahama should stop complaining about the economy. How he she economy because September now plan on here the minister and the former minister was saying economy is bouncing back. And on the analysis and whatever forecast no now on bedo upon it. You go say a secret after that o say tria dwe kwachi after now be say na me be ye ni fear then now fear some of kind of say over reset it. You can't Ghana will be Ghana do that reset Ghana but me no doubt and say you can't use 4 years to reset Ghana so then I'm gonna say you know the attention and say you know I did be I don't make you sure say obeji the day this time na a good name say na be ya also no these 4 years and never bought a divide afano. So then let me pull like council other issues. People were talking about say 2/3 majority can change the constitution, which is not true. You pull like and once and be brave. And you're possible say a bit messy because online referendum. Yeah, because article 922 now it is there. It is there. Unless referendum. If you come I'll read it for people to know. Or you all educate. Or we can educate the public about the article because when and Kofu be episode say the 2/3 majority no can they change it? But they say with the seats as a more switch to MPP side now they're gonna get that 2/3 no. They can't get that. They can't even get that. If says that seat in the under to be MPP before they will not get it. Independent base 6 as I say. And independence we cannot predict where they will go. What I say. We are here to decide. I mean, we are able to say we are going this year for maybe on Uncle. Yeah, it's true. What I say, you know, I mean, say maybe anything for everybody. On policies near the go up. Maybe any part of Korea day. Yeah. So we can want to be a trainer boyfriend. And what I say, let's leave that decision to them. Yeah, we don't know the say we are hard work na na sa na already. What I say, maybe not to test and for Friday. And yes, sir. What we are and send an can say and I come back say for engineering test, you know. Yeah. Just okay. All kind back but as I watch it, mama, engineering and also for so that you are there and maybe I know say Confucius understands the constitution, those entrenched provisions before say wait to me I don't say kokano unless referendum. Unless referendum. That referendum to me and found that those entrenched provisions.
Now we did end this MPs in Akasabrano. Obu out in for such a chinchana or no be a pam. Or vote for
yeah.
Well, since you MP, since you yeah. What does it? Yeah. And in the more Timuno, they say yeah, when your majority in parliament will be there and you go to no. Yeah, what does it? My mother is a Mutakamuna as well. Omono at Navache, and they know what they are doing. And that the Omo constituency, Omo Pero, Omo Ege. Gomutaka, I'm sitting in a Shanty region, I still know who's winning, you know. All my other party, this party, and yet no my course will be true on a speaker.
Yeah.
What else? So be an Akokas and the party penny to go better. Or what like on my Mrano and him, dear no Edrian kind. It's no my party, no two young say we have the majority, so we can just, I mean,
they are aware of all this.
Yeah.
I did go with that. May fast crack. Yeah, only car to a crack. Yeah. My car was saying, but muchacho, we bear my camera. If worst case scenario, Mahama, and then this
Mahama,
President Mahama, you be careful to be grassy or by amending the constitution now.
Yeah.
Eddie, or you may have BC Ghana. I'm telling you, BC, neighboring country, Cote d'Ivoire.
I don't think so.
And American, it's on try cry. It's no one day, and he say, now people were having hope to say, oh, the demand will be there, and I'm you shoot the candidate vote to there, and it ends there. I'm telling you, if you're among NDCs now, what kind of cry? So some of them are mentioning a presidential ambition.
Yes.
So the answer of internet from the Benny be doing this. And now they will be silent to opposition. AGYENGO. As an American, Mamma can't hear BOARDROOM. And sign a political party, Ministry of Munias, Master American. And you're really power. Now, don't say if you have to say, if you have to say, Kawa, area. Not Obia or Womu, our Nicoba, our common, as a low to opponent. No, just what you to, and then you 2 million flew with them. It happens. The more politics, yeah, interest now. Politics is what? Interest.
Yeah.
It's not politics go beyond party politics, no. You are so them politics, you feel crowd, my many Nikun, the macro politics. You be the more, you be the ABC. Superior interest in the argument in this politics.
Yeah.
I saw them with their baby, but partisan politics.
I saw them, they were
politics. Oh, my friend,
I never committee.
Ah, you see,
every meeting,
you see, it's a cacra can say, can sometimes you need to be interested. No, Mahama may have interest, assuming so person or interest also another 4 years, can 8 years. There are people also having interest also to be president. They say, oh, when you be a vice president, I be the president.
Yes, what the vice, what the assemblyman. And the DRB because what the DRB president.
Yes, I'm from Canada. I can't only receive on party.
Yeah.
What I say, tell me the mama my higher on me, you know.
Yeah.
Moving forward, you know. Yaba Parliament, Martin. I don't person body I can't say, but I do a public figure now.
Yeah, can't say 19. You also okay. Yes, will be an answer.
Yeah. Sometimes we show Korean Kwan in Tunuku. And Sebi, Ubia, what come that action it done? It do be sometimes you hear quite any panity. This week, I'm a video be a trend on social media. O call in here Dr. Adekofo, the bar Adekofo Junior years. Na house no bro cherry and share and pack on I do hope and watch here. But man Susa, Papa lunch Martini, Papa Kofodi. And Ama sometimes no, Amaya Cherry Pabaya Alan, 1 year, and very bad. Very bad. Young condemn that art.
May not, who say, oh. As a when you do baby, Oma handle also can be. What I say because all he knew so I could talk president. So Oma handle no should have let him know because a chino and a Omoko for Monoca and Sana also have got channel. But I now consider me. Why expose you self of ye? One mamma we are sitting there who say, as a young woman, what does it say? Baby, almost 30 feet at Bruno. yeah, watch.
No,
yeah,
sure.
Just say, yeah,
now we are the
just say, yeah, you watch it. Ah, yes, you say you do on more level. No, but we want if you do. We were not expecting say Urala be yes, Sadoma.
More especially,
he's
mileage for the man.
He's too big. Aside the mileage, he's too big for
that.
Yeah, or too big for that. What I say, what bro Sadoma so. Any can you go what say will be a cry. Say me
and I say
oh corner neighbor yes if you go na say wo nipa na wo corner yi no wo no man so na wo fa ide wo
yi no ayi na say and yi si ade kra si a isi fie ma so sem ni na de tu
ye tu eti
enkufo ba na wo
what I say ade eka ye bompa ne say sebe yo ne bia to fia na so bia to fie e ba ye dia wo ho ti no bu wo kra na wo ne ba kra na enkasa kra na ho ne ma enka bo ye dey e ba fie e ba but with the level papa no adru no papa na adru no na ye mu bi na we not expecting
but I do go dey say me no nyina I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alan Anyadi. Bitterness. I mean, yeah, we find your politics. What I say. Moving forward, you know, I know some of the CCB almost 9 seats, almost 5 of them, no, is coming, is turning blue, is changing from green to blue.
Okay.
And if it happens like this, we need to do our calculation way anyways. I'm not saying this will have the absolute majority, but there's something we should learn. Moving further as politics. What happened? Now, you talk about this is a special coalition.
And only Hona maybe say. Now may come once and say as a security system we are very weak in Ghana.
Apart from security system, I'm telling them no, you agree 100%. Apart from security system, no. A year day, Anna, Saudi will crumble no. Eba. We a democracy now. Yes, you know. Any mass because you say college center, any police station they declare about.
They declare parliamentarians.
Yes, parliamentarians.
What do you say?
But then I will say a court order, not court to me. Near IGP say provide security and sign. I'm a crime mother. I'm your quack SIGP. Yeah. Until IGP no 2 minutes of my constitution, other man so or more by internally, no interior, you know. Now I hear fact. And it's another Ghana here to be so. It is no matter NPP try say sa machoism ne sa vigilante group ne be disbanding in na if you see budoism you see say budoism I think say because I before dey I think say who be arguing this it invisible forces and better forces no I'm free ho but now sa Batinsila say wa ho ni no and my friend say sa Basila me feel Basila sa Basila no so sa no ko dia my brother the eye it give for what the eye invisible force delta forces they are there they are boys because do bambamo they are there and this boy cannot even match bambamo boys too haruna mo too kura and that's what is happening stand here penny there and the next time no here this man be BBU next election no say be no and which is very bad for a democracy the TDC for no enkasa yeah, I will try call for you.
I feel I may program on every.
Many said the assembly. Assembly did be sorry, and any break a bar. Sassam send the assembly, young cannibal. I have food to the but they were in a win, a warning to the ruling government. Official better political advantage, you know. Government in power now, partly elect, no. Our criticize vigilante, this band, no. Our market to be the issue officials, and the BGC, some more. Next time, opponent is also born who ye. Abasa, what is going to happen? Do you expect me? Do you want to tell us the next time people for us back now say some CCB on no Fako be on your Quack College Center? It will never happen again. It will go also born again a busy, ye Jan Beto. Your boy Ghana say I'm Ghana. It will say we need genuinely there. Argentina also sign marrying the apostle. Yeah. Patriotic and let's not forget to say next year, no whatever the case, maybe 2028, we will be playing active role in Ghana politics. Okay. And we see what will happen. The moment the society body do body by the father, the son of the father. Man, no say my say for you official pa. All right. Now, then country say Sky FM annual food bazaar ni wura fi ni mu a ye be chance mo so free as a blue so a as we dey kokon there dey am fe our tentative date no that is April or May because a tentative I say yes but e baso and a project program a Sky FM I want na any for na I want no ye ba ma na ye free it's none dey it will be biase it will be official.
All right, it is the boardroom about for the year 2024. I mean, they now catch a for. I mean, so far they baby no makoyi or more big also catch there now.
Of course, that one day I think a person you pass on one Achia. And I mean, earlier submission because some of the major stakeholders. I'm going to social media handles. And no by some which man can be actually. So be a bit like a money in a SH long better program. Come 2025. Yeah. Uncle, how you programs 2024 be more especially a casa. But if I say I can casa no, and move from so. And 77 previous. A casa, it's can be a class in Porto Casa de. And so small. And from Swadi and Penny Pahoda. It is a casa mono near Jumedian Bichia. Yaya ni pay I'm a fan chay. You need to it's human to forgive is what divine until you down must say all right.
I mean, I was say,
yeah, me that for us. Say omunya akoma pa no papa.
Okay.
Ehwe no mutie. Ade a ha me odwumadi mu pa say I say betena ha na say aye one way. Or na mani njo am say me bi adutudwa senka. Young political if one be Ramadan. Yes, so much. I before I am more of your friend is before my Casana. Gabriel Casana. Sure. Any other political, coming back to just yes, room. You know, when this for say, they're more power. Yes, 2025 okay the moment. Oh, we want mama. As I met you know.
Mama. Me mind people when I no more bomuja. What does it?
They can remember 2 months yes room.
Because we be no mama be disu ya o me be people for feda. The basa na. And the map pull them no so bomu chuja. What does it? Platform
to me mahafra say call in krana. It's allowed. Send a very program no IFE. Bet yeah crocodile behind you. Yeah crocodile say yeah kasana. Yeah say yeah brabbit na ha ye decide you are power chow na there be opa ema. Be ye to say yeah pro na bia ato ha obia timi eba mu. Enti no una wo power na say o me bo yeah wa ban no ho no ma wo ye ho dawuro ntira mansan o me ka de e ko so a ene ye ma pule le mu so aso ja gumu so a aha. Oh yeah, na. Say yeah, na dem do ya. Aha, it is come on, how you? I be afu. It is yeah, sorry so no na ye beda atifu asipa na me da me yire akosua oparibia so as okay na me da me nua robo na ne so as.
Ala mo support wa ha so.
Omo nyina do bi as bi o ma nka ho a.
Support
bia ento bia o so no ko e dey so just say ntino.
Omo nya na wa.
Da omo nyina se da ne da okusua ene omo mutie omo frɛ chare wire dey chare ha say no so you say I just say we assess do twasa no.
All right.
And yes, I dare answer by report na feedback when your feedback. I don't know na Uncle Siri. Ya me nko so share no me nyina 2025.
All right. Now, I'm na session so enso ema osofo Fred kuma boatin ye hye dwumadi ase nyina one ne hye ase one pai boy tie chi na popo nhira one yere reverend mata boatin ne bu share nyina adofo ene wona oboy nyina na tie chi abibia ro tie ye Ska FM team nyina so ye de na session ko na ede ema mu nyina ede na session ko na ema and you are the top 4 omo ewo Columbus Ohio o ma ye sha asese no ma be food bazaar omo so ye mu eji ababa package na e ka se de bromo package no e da so e wo ha ye de bebremo e ye motato e na etwentwe ne so ase motato no e draws ha program no bet up to now still now no ye sanka program no but all the same Ska FM etiase Ska FM wo he de ya me ya do 2025 a ye bi sim no it's our program la na no free airtime for 1 month e de man you and the to ahodo a yɛne mo ɛhyɛ aseɛ sɛ kɛne mo ba bɛyɛ fu bazaar no yɛbɛma mo abɛbɔ mo nua no ho de wuro yɛkyerɛkyerɛ bi biara ɛde n'ase so no kɔ deɛ ma ɛnɛs ɛyɛ opuni ɔsɔfo ɛnɛs opuni a Sky FM nyinaa no ɛhyɛ wo nsa ɛyɛ the president no na ɔyere ɛne abusua no nyinaa yɛdɛ ma se yɛme yɛ adom a yɛwura 2025 ma yɛbɛba ɛyɛ February hɔ no yɛbɛba asa de ɛyɛ boardroom no ɛde abrɛ mo na deɛ ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Ghana deɛ ɛkɔ so yɛsɛ fa no nyinaa amamu ahodoɔ a ɛkɔ so nea wote yɛ sɛ na wosite no nyinaa yɛde mu nkyerɛmu ahodoɔ yɛde bɛbrɛ wafa dwumadi ɛsoɔ otue di abɔ Nyankopɔn ɔsoro ahoɔden ne yɛsɛ de mu obi biara ɛne kɔtenten sɛ ɔde yɛbɛtwa afei yɛbɛwura afei woforo mu no so no yɛtumi ne ahoɔden na deɛ yɛwɔ sɛ yɛ bia yɛtumi ayɛ ɔmawie wo ibi Ghana
ade anka meda ade bi a President Mahama yɛ so ɛme fɛ this time election na ne ba ɛka campaign ho ɛm sɛ ade bi a me mu yɛ ne so mani yi ɔ sɛ political party for mo de mo ma mo ɛka ho ɛyɛ sɛ de bi a ma kɔnsa nkɔfɔ ma na sɛbe ne yɛ bu wo mu ne yɛ sɛ no this time I think I saw the guy was
the ban come on the ban no police station ko ti aba ɛsɛ mo bi the results the ban go ɛsɛ ade
no but sɛ mo ta no ɛ appreciate sɛ the ban
ɛyɛ
ɔne the ban ka mo na sɛ ɔma ayi mo da yɛ ɔna ɔmo go dia police station ko yɛ saa no no we can say Mahama na ka ɛfrɛ mo so ɔmo ko yɛ we can't say someone.
How are they going to benefit?
Me say we can't say no. We can't say. Me say your point. That's a kasa. One. Are you telling me say every before time no one koye no. President Akufo ne kasa I catch him some koye na. There be any time for you go ha. Na kasa ono ti tira se no. E wona afa keke. Hwe obi me kasa bia me condemn ye yami. Yami no bi a no oye no. Or in favor say ebeboa your President Mahama. Bet President Mahama so one so kwere. Okay.
Obi fertilizer here our
cost. Oh that's it.
Obi depo.
Oh that's
cost on fertilizer.
Oh that's it.
I buy fertilizer.
Oh that's it. But I na me sana ma no. Esi I mean me expect say abampa before no so me condemn.
Yeah.
Oh that's it. This is no. This is how my esi no president elect. Na ka oba condemn say. Mo yes I no ma nyina mo ye Muka so because o kona so ho koto asema party ni mede e be duachi adudo party ni be duachi so say penifo no mudi di party na no o ko dem no mo ki aye mabuna bi se ne wo ye na wo ko say no ma afi na abane sa be boka asa be to sa no ma be nyina bi aye waste of aye money waste of public funds Tell you many see by all the same boardroom what you say. I don't put a say. Nana I just call me say. A Yemia Casami producer. A Tom Kruger. Tom Kruger, the most wanted Tom Kruger. In the Nasa Sokura at the War. One day you know what I say God day. And the Nasa Sokura at the War. A Yemia Casami package. As you know, I say. A year I bet never as we care more as we acquire. It's about yesterday, yeah, you see, it's a hundred years. Master, you're my house, yeah, and then 2 hours what you know, Rebecca said, also what you also what you was and the OT show, was it OT show? Also, I don't watch it. All right, yeah, sorry, Yakamuna, let me cook meeting any AGYENGO. What can you hear there was my guru? Zumba Drake, walk a decade, walk a song. Hey! I said to choose more. Ghana, Ghana, to a year, your song. Hey! Okay, Ethiopia. Okay, song. Hey! Hey, boy, I'm over now. Hey, what are all? Hey! What are all your camera move? Aha! That's it, when you are much. I'm a care 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 when you are much. Wait! Okay, I can't say sorry now, Mama. Hey!